This team at RayLigne over the last 10 years have been able to engage with dozens of families around facilitating communications between the generations.
We're here to commemorate not only RayLigne in its 10 years, but what we feel is a unique assembly of 30 of the absolute best and brightest and leading minds in this industry.
Of course, listening and responding empathically isn't limited to the therapist's office. We hope that you'll come to agree that honing our empathy skills will lead to richer and deeper relationships, whether as parents, as partners, as advisors, in fact, really in all aspects of our lives.
Everyone started from a point of view of who they empathize with naturally, and I think then we all ultimately were able to empathize with everybody and recognizing in the end it's about empathy for all.
I think the empathy process really helped us to begin to say, well, we have something to resolve that we all care about.
I think often that what we end up doing is assuming that empathy is easy. And I think the question I often ask is, what would you lose if you were empathetic?
Working in close proximity with these families, intensively with them, day and night with a team, that created experiences that taught me more about interdisciplinary collaboration, real conversation, leadership, humility than any other experience I've had professionally.
What we're looking for with these families is collectively developing options, possibilities for these families that go beyond what any one of us could do individually.
Interdisciplinary collaboration always needs to be client-centric. The goal is to really be able to go deeper in terms of discovering what the client's goals, values, objectives are, and creatively looking at ways in which we can build more sustainable plans.
Baby, I wanna know if love is real.
He turned to me at one point, and the only personal thing he had said in years was, "Why didn't you want to be me? Because I've worked my whole life for you, to have you have this." And I turned to him with tears in my eyes and I said, I do what you do, I just don't sell beer while I do it. And it changed everything because legacy was there, and he and I started talking again.
My mother would say if you ever came with 5 of us, you can imagine the household was pretty busy. If anybody ever came to her with a complaint, she would say, "I'll give you one chance to figure it out, and then you all go up to your rooms, all 5 of you. You go upstairs and you find a place, and until you can figure out how you're going to handle this, don't come down." So there's a lot of emphasis on working out differences, coming to resolution, and also respecting differences that were implicit in the way I grew up.
I always say that whenever you talk about families, we're talking about ourselves. Every family has its story, and every family has its particular dilemma, and every family has its problem-solving strategy that it thinks is best to solve a problem.
When we think of Scott, we think of his gentleness and his calmness and his thoughtfulness. With those that you love, tell them that you appreciate them, that you're grateful. Don't let a day go by without doing that for the people that you love, because life can be very short.
I think the greatest gift that my father gave to us was the gift of independence. So Dad, I do want to acknowledge that and thank you for that. I really appreciate all that. She was one of these great all-time turn towards people, and we carry that through at RayLigne every day of the year, and I just want to kind of thank her and appreciate that. It is my honor to introduce the first Sylvia and Stephen Family Wellbeing Award winner, Michael Sonnenfeld.
Don't give your kids anything, but be willing to invest everything in them. See how that fits after trying it on for a while. Among the other pleasures for me tonight is to see what an amazing journey my friend Greg has been on in shaping and molding RayLigne and the important work the firm is engaged in. Hopefully together we can make a small difference for the better and maybe even have an impact that will produce a small ripple in the greater firmament.